Pete Hegseth is acting like he is above the law, and that shows an amateur person. Those aren't my words. Those are the words of GOP Congressman Bacon from Nebraska. Says he's an amateur person, GOP Rep. Bacon says Hegseth should go. Representative Bacon goes on to say, Russia and China put up thousands of people to monitor all these phone calls at the very top, and the number one target besides the president would be the Secretary of Defense. Russia and China are all over his phone, and for him to be putting secret stuff on his phone is not right. He's acting like he's above the law, and that shows an amateur person. If only somebody would have mentioned that, seen that, brought it to the senator's attention when he was doing his confirmation hearing. If only somebody would have said, this person's not qualified for the job. Representative Bacon goes on to say, I had concerns from the get-go because Pete Hegseth didn't have a lot of experience. Did you? Did you, Congressman? I know you didn't have a vote in his confirmation, but you didn't want to pick up the phone and call your Republican colleagues in the Senate if you had concerns? At least he's coming around now, right? I like him on Fox, but does he have the experience to lead one of the largest organizations in the world? That's a concern. No, of course he doesn't. Of course he didn't. Of course he shouldn't have been picked. Of course he shouldn't have been nominated. Of course he shouldn't have been confirmed. But you elect a clown, expect a circus. So now we got some cracks in the dam, right? We got Republican congressmen publicly calling for the president to fire Pete Hegseth, and I'm sure he's the first of many in what I expect to be about a day to 2 day kerfuffle before he gets gone. So stay tuned.